Mike's Peak Performance Reviews. Welcome to another vlog, and welcome to, again, a bit of a different one, but one that's probably quite worthwhile me doing, really. And it's kind of an update on some of the things that I used to record. Obviously, if you're new to the channel, you're coming on based on some of the products that you probably would have seen that I've advertised as such. Just a quick synopsis of my channel. I'm kind of a car channel, car reviewer, so manufacturer, test reviewer, as well as racing, anything car related you can think of. Just check out the channel if you can after this video, and yeah, if you like it and whatnot, that'd be great if you can give this a thumbs up, and also go and peruse the website, the YouTube channel, and go like some other videos, and certainly hit that subscribe button. But let's get on with the video. Like I say, update on some of the things that I vlog with. I vlog with far more products than this, but these are just some new cheap products, by and large. I say cheap products that I use on my DSLR and for my GoPro. So I've bought recently a GoPro Hero 9 Black. It is an amazing product, I will admit. I haven't wanted to buy a GoPro for quite some time, but now they've got the removable lens. It really is quite good. It's a mega camera, mega spec camera. It can 5K. It can shoot in 4K at 60 frames per second. Lots of different things. I'm sure you'll know about that. And obviously, if you want to watch a video dedicated on that, I'd say watch someone else's. But yeah, like I say, the reason why I'm talking about the GoPro is I've bought a few more products for it, and I'm doing a lot more videos with my GoPro as opposed to my DSLR. Because it's a really, really good, simple run and gun video camera, or action cam. And when I say run and gun, I just mean you pick up, press it, shoot, forget as such, and not have to change so many settings. And that's quite important for someone like myself who has less time with a product or a car, for example, than some different testers. We have a lot less time typically with a car, just because of the channel size. So we have to be quite quick, or as quick as we can, without letting the quality of the video suffer. And one of the other, and this will bring me on to this, which is the first product I'm going to talk about, and it's a K&F concept, or K&F ND filter. Natural density is what ND stands for, filter. And what this is you can buy these in different sizes, so rest assured, if you are coming on here looking at the 55mm variable ND filter that we've got here today, you can get these in different sizes. And actually, I've got a link in the bio to where you can get this product, and there's lots of different sizes. I've done loads of research before deciding on this ND filter. You can buy ND filters for even cheaper than this. You can buy ND filters for way more money than this. This ND filter is circa £24 to £30, depending on your size filter. They'll probably go up as you go up a larger filter for a specific ring size. Mine in this case is a 55mm. You'll just see just inside here, it says it's 58 here, but it's a 55mm lens, and basically it has a thread, and the ND filter just threads into and onto that there. I've also bought a special media mod case as such from Ulanzi. I like the Ulanzi product. I'm also shooting, and you'll probably see from my video footage that you can see now, there's a cage in the background, and that cage can field it can field a DSLR, it can hold an iPhone or any camera, and I use that cage quite a bit now. And it's got loads of cold shoe mounts on it, as well as 1/4 inch thread screws as well in there, which is brilliant. So it's a really, really good thing, again, for run and gun, where you can hold it with the cold shoe mount, whether you've got a light mod on there or a road mic like I've got on there at the moment. But it's a really, really good thing for kind of run and gun with my iPhone, for example. So I use that as well, and that's from Ulanzi. They make a good product. Unfortunately, they obviously come from China, and when I say unfortunately, I just mean in terms of the time it takes for them to get here. But this didn't take too long. It took a couple of weeks, but it's worth it, because there's nothing really out there like this that's this quality, aside from the GoPro Media mod. But the Media mod is like £80, and all it does is it fields and holds and cages the GoPro Hero 9 camera, and it's got a cold shoe, and it's got a built-in mic, which apparently is not that good anyway. So I, like many other people, would rather use my own external mics, and for that reason I want a cold shoe mount like this. The other beauty of this bad boy is it has a threaded end, 55mm, which we can also stick a K&F concept ND filter on. And going on to this ND filter, this ND filter that I've chosen, I've done all my research on, is it's got a higher index optical glass inside of this, so it's quite a heavy duty, good quality one that won't ruin your lovely camera quality. You know, the glass in there is high quality in these DSLR camera lenses. I mean, like I say, you can spend anything from, you know, 100 quid to £1,000 and even more on a lens. This one probably in here is about £200 lens. So obviously Canon have designed that a certain way, so you don't want to put a crap quality lens on the end of this and ruin it. So this has got a really high index optical glass in it, and obviously the lesser, cheaper brand stuff that's out there will be really, really low quality, so it'll end up ruining your shot. The beauty of this also is it's a variable ND filter. If you've done your research, won't go into too much, but I'll go into a little bit as to how these work. Essentially what they do is they block out or darken the image for you, but there's more to that than meets the eye. Now, my background, I have done some photography classes. I haven't done loads, so I'm not an expert. So straight away, I'm disclosing that I am not an expert on digital photography or anything along those lines. But I've done courses, and I know that a really good basis of, you know, how a DSLR works and how you get a certain picture, and how settings work as well, and why an ND filter could be a positive thing. Now, on a camera, if you do a photography course, they'll tell you about the exposure triangle, and basically what that is, it's 3 different points on a DSLR that can give you a different picture or help you get a different picture, and it starts with the ISO. The ISO is something digitally inside that controls sensitivity of the light. Also, depending on probably often how expensive a camera is, it can have a range of ISO ability. Kind of low number typically is used in very light situations, and a higher ISO will accept a darker environment. Some cameras, a low-end camera, will only go from something like ISO 100 to say 5,000 or 8,000 or something like that. A high-end, a more higher-end DSLR can go up to 26,000 ISO, which I think this one can. Some can go up to like 48,000 and beyond, which is insane. So in dark conditions, they will be better. But basically, other than that, the ISO, there's also the other point on the triangle is aperture. The aperture is, as it sounds, it's an aperture within the camera that basically opens and closes and has a specific almost size, variable size, that is an aperture that allows light in. So the aperture is a specific size that will allow a certain amount of light in. So aperture is the next one. And the other one on the triangle is shutter speed. So obviously the shutter will, the best way I can describe it is a shutter speed is from the moment you press your finger on the button, from that moment to the point of when the shutter closes, it's a specific amount of time duration from point A, so press, to when it shuts, and that's basically it. So there's a triangle. All of those different things, if you play around with the camera, and if you haven't, have a play around and you'll see it. If you were to learn or do a course in photography, you'll notice that each of those different things that you change will dictate how much light goes in, and it will affect the exposure of your picture or video. So depending on what you do with those 3 things will dictate how much light you can kind of get in and how darker you can set the image. But as you change the exposure or the time and the shutter speed, you will change how that picture is going to end up looking, and you can't control it beyond your environment, I suppose, depending on what the light is, and sometimes the quality of the camera, the lens, the sensor, lots of different things like that. Now what these ND filters do is they add almost a fourth point to the triangle, so it won't be a triangle no more, it'll be a square, and it effectively allows you to darken the image while still changing all three of those to exactly the settings you want. And that is basically really what this does. And effectively what this does is it can adjust variably how much light you want, how much lighter or darker you want the image to be. These are ND 2 to ND 400, and essentially in layman's terms that means 8 stops. But if you don't understand digital photography, I'm not going to go into that, but it's light to dark and how many stops within the camera. So it effectively gives you up to 8 stops of darkness essentially. It looks absolutely tiny. Box is obviously bigger than the actual product, as you'd probably expect. But yeah, it looks really, really small. Obviously, as I said, this is only a 55mm lens. So let's pull it out of here. Just be careful not to handle the lens. Feels nice and sturdy and quality already because I can feel the weight of it. But it looks lovely. It's got this kind of blue finish to it. I wonder if you can see that, if the camera can pick that up. Let's have a look. Yeah, it should be able to. So yeah, nice kind of blue. Let's see if we can, basically this has got a ring around it here, and it basically allows you to adjust the stops, and you can see clearly marked minimum and maximum. There's an arrow there, so we should be able to, there you go, minimum, it goes even further. Does it all go all the way around? Yeah, it goes all the way around, so it rotates all the way around, doesn't stop. And it will go back round. So, but it's brilliant. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter that goes all the way around. That's absolutely fine. If anything, that's better. But yeah, you've got the minimum mark there. Oh, there you go. So look, I can probably show you. So I'm on the minimum mark. If I rotate this way, it's going to go darker. So if I go, can you see that? There you go. Yeah, and that's max. So let's close as much as possible. That's cool, isn't it? It's really clever. Dark to light, and that basically shows you exactly how that works, which is really, really cool. So another reason actually why I've gone and got this ND filter and why I decided to get an ND filter is because what this also does, it adds a bit of kind of a cinematic feel to some of your videos. So sometimes you can do that in kind of pre-production with things like your LUTs, so your color correction, and that can add a cinematic feel with essentially what is a filter, a color filter, a professional color filter, which is a LUT, which is basically color grading and correction. But this does it an even better way, in my opinion. And what this does is, from what I see of people's films, is it adds a bit of motion blur to the rear of your shot. So you could have a car kind of rolling along, and the subject, which is the car, which will be rolling along, will be nice and clear, and the background will be like slightly blurred, almost Booker-like, but a little bit different, and it just adds a cinematic feel. It also can do that to water. It can stop reflections and things off a surface, and it just adds, like I say, a cinematic feel to a shot. So I'm going to really play around with these filters and play around with the different stops and settings, and start to do that a lot more on the GoPro. Thankfully I can do that now, like I say, because of this cage essentially now, because this is basically the main reason why I bought it, not my DSLR, although you can buy specific ones for the DSLR sizes. So this will go straight onto this camera case when I put my GoPro in. I did want to mention this as well. Actually, the best place to buy it from is Amazon, because it's just free delivery and it's quicker, the delivery. Everywhere else is essentially the same price, or some people are even selling it for more. And this is the Gopro Pro 3.5mm mic adapter. I don't want to swear, but GoPro remind me a little bit of Apple in the sense of they really can milk out the last amount of pounds out of you, even if you've got your kind of vlogging on a budget. To make a GoPro Hero 9 work, the only way you can have an external mic fitted is if you buy the media mod, which I was talking about, or you buy this bloomin' Pro 3.5mm mic adapter. 50 quid, 49.99. It's not cheap, but they've got you by the short and curlies, and unfortunately I've had to buy it because I use Rode products. I use the Rode Wireless Pro, and I use the Rode shotgun mics and things like that as well. Definitely no frills packaging on this, but it does come with a dust cap, so a lens cap, which is really good. So you can click this over the top of that, which is nice. I like that, and yeah, it feels nice and sturdy. I'm giving you rest assuredness, I guess. Yeah, it feels really good. Little arrow there goes across, and then you can put this down. So that's really good. It's got a little felt, almost rubber protector as well, so it doesn't press against there and mark the camera. It keeps it in there snug as well. Yeah, you can. It's actually got a position for where the charging point is on the GoPro. Everyone with the 9 will know that. So you can kind of have a charging point, and also your mic point, which is the most important, going into that. And yeah, like I say, I'll show you in a minute anyway, but it's really sturdy. It looks really nice actually. You know, at the end of the day, does it look as good as the mic, the GoPro Media mod? No, it doesn't, but it's good. It's really nice. That's there for that. That comes down. But it's nice, it all snaps in nicely. It feels quite well built. Like I say, you've got two cold shoe mounts for like a light mod and extra mics, whatever you want to fit to that. But it's awesome. Really like it. And like I said, the main thing as well, it's got, probably hard to pick up, you can probably see there, it's got a thread in this outside edge designed to take an ND filter. So yeah, that's one up on the GoPro Media mod as well. So like I say, the GoPro Media mod has these you can get like Polar Plus and other Polar Pro ND filters and all kinds of different other makes and manufacturers that just they press and have a gasket and go over the top of the actual filter. But I like a proper mechanical mount like that, where you can put a mechanically mounted screw-in ND filter. Much better quality. So yeah, I haven't finished doing this yet, but just to let you know, the GoPro fits in there absolutely beautifully. It's really, I'm going like that, and look, that's not even coming out. And obviously the well, it won't, because obviously this snaps over the top of it. It's really good. So no, you're not going to be scared of putting your GoPro in there, and it fits and looks really nice actually. But what you do need to do, this won't shut, so you do have to take this part of your GoPro off, which is designed to come off anyway. So yeah, let's get that off and get the rest in. So yeah, pop that down, like I say, pull that down, pull it up, and just to let you know, it is really easy. Just give it a bit of a pull and it will come away. Don't worry about breaking. It's got a real solid pin in these GoPros. So yeah, that's off. That needs to stay off. And voila, as said. So yeah, like I say, this exposes the USB-C there, which is what it needs to. You can still have access to all the buttons you need to get to. It's really nice, really sturdy, really nice. Another thing that's worth noting as well is this cold shoe slides off as well, so you can just have just the one cold shoe there if you don't want it to look big and bulky, if for some reason it's getting in the way of anything. Yeah, really nice. Yeah, so many bits come off. Like I say, you can take this off, slide it off. You can take this off as well. They just come off as well, so you can just run it like that. So if that's not in the way, so if you are just using it without an ND filter, you can just have it in like that. Really good, really nice, really well designed. But yeah, like I said, I thought I'd just give you a little kind of synopsis, I suppose, of the recent products we've bought for our vlogging and whatnot. Like I say, everything from this stand which we've used today as well, and all our other bits, including things like tri-suction mounts. I'll kind of show you the best place to get them from with, say, free delivery. And yeah, check out those links in the bio, guys. And the reason why there's an iPad on here
was also because this is something that I bought recently, which is a digital stylus even. It's got a kind of USB charger that charges it up, and it lasts absolutely ages as well. And what I do is I actually edit with this, so I sometimes use LumaFusion as an editing tool.
So yeah, essentially there you have it, guys. And basically, I've just put the medium mic or Pro mic 3.5 in the holder as well. And I think unlike the GoPro Media mod, it does stick out a tiny bit from its little holder, but not that bad at all. But it sits in there really nicely, as you can see. I'll just show you a bit closer. Just sticks out a little bit, but it's absolutely fine. Sits in there nicely, really snug. It's not going to go anywhere, not going to fly out. And then this cable just loops out, goes straight in there, really, really nice into the USB-C port, and essentially allows you to use it with external mics, which is exactly what I want. So I can put my kind of Rode mic, Wireless Pro mic on the side or there, wherever you want. Good versatility. Like I said before, you can take that off as well, mount it just on there on its own, but you've got kind of multiple areas where you can put it on there. But no, absolutely superb. But I'm not going to go on to any more about this. I was going to actually, but I'm going to tell you now. The lens actually on the description said 55mm, and unfortunately it's 52. But then you guys now know, but it means that my ND filter actually doesn't fit on here quite. So I need either a different size ND filter. I have messaged the seller on Amazon, thankfully, which is good, so you've got buyer protection there. But just so you guys know, you'll actually, if you are gonna, I'm gonna see what they end up saying, and I'll filter it back to you guys. Excuse the pun. And I'll basically filter it back to you and let you know what we hear back from the guys that sold this on Amazon. But obviously, so you know, if you were to buy this specific one from my link, the actual thread is a 52mm, not 55, so you'd need a 52mm ND filter, and as it happens, it's actually a couple of pounds cheaper, depending on where you are in the world, so it's actually a cheaper way to do it, but it means that I can't get no footage or additional footage for you. But it doesn't matter. Like I said, what we're looking to achieve from this is a cinematic feel to our videos going forward, but obviously the adjustability of being able to have anything from a light kind of filtered ND filter look and cinematic look to a darkened look, and we can really adjust and play around with the settings internally on our GoPro, which is really, really gonna unlock a lot of quality, I think, from our videos going forward. What I can't test for you right now is obviously what happens to the picture as I'm moving it, but I'm going to do another video, so look out for that in the real near future once I can get this onto a lens essentially, and I will do a full test on this ND filter. But I've done my research. It looks as though this is pretty much the best ND filter, variable ND filter out there for the money, really, really high quality. And I've been promised that there's no vignetting, which is when you kind of get an outside border, a kind of black border almost, or sometimes an Xing effect. But this one apparently does not do it, which is great. But I'll test that for you in the future. Obviously, if you don't want to, purchase one through our link after this video, I can understand it. So yeah, bear with, I'd say, and just wait for our full review of this exact specific model. But so far, really, really impressed with the feel and quality of it. It looks like it's going to do a really, really nice job. Like I say, I thought I'd give you a bit of an idea of what I'm kind of vlogging with, where to get them. Obviously, if you're on a budget and you're vlogging, much like how we are, yes, we've got some expensive products as well that we also use, but by and large, when we're trying to find different ways to up our game in the media world, we do look to kind of cheaper sources, but cheaper quality sources, I suppose. So yeah, check out the links in the bio and check out where we got those from for the best price on Amazon with free delivery, etc. And yeah, I hope you liked and enjoyed this little video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and as always, like, share, comment and subscribe, and we'll see you again on the next one. Bye for now.